Batman: The Long Halloween is set in Gotham City during the early stages of Batman's crime-fighting career. The central case involves a serial killer known as Holiday, who murders individuals on holidays and leaves a distinctive calling card, a .22 caliber pistol fitted with a makeshift silencer constructed from a baby bottle nipple, accompanied by a memento representing the holiday, such as a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. The story begins with a wedding held by Carmine, the Roman Falcone, a leading Gotham crime lord, for his nephew Johnny Vite. Bruce Wayne attends the event. During the celebration, District Attorney Harvey Dent, investigating Falcone's criminal network, is assaulted by Falcone's men in a parking garage. In response, Dent, Batman, and Lieutenant James Gordon of the Gotham City Police Department form an alliance to dismantle Falcone's empire through lawful means. Holiday commits the first murder on Halloween, killing Johnny Vite. Over the course of the year, Holiday continues to target individuals on major holidays. These victims include Falcone's hired hitman on Thanksgiving, Falcone's bodyguard Milos Grappa on Christmas, and at one point, Alberto Falcone, Carmine's son, who is believed to have been killed on New Year's Eve. Subsequent murders focus on members of the rival Maroni crime family. As the killings continue, tensions escalate among Falcone, his rival Sal Maroni, and law enforcement. Maroni agrees to testify against Falcone, but during the trial, his men provide him with a disguised vial of acid, which he throws at Dent, severely scarring half of Dent's face and initiating his transformation into Two-Face. Dent withdraws from public life following the attack. Gordon grows suspicious that Dent may be involved in the Holiday murders, noting that Dent possessed a .22 caliber gun and maintained a ledger of Falcone's associates. Batman does not draw the same conclusion without additional evidence. On Labor Day, Calendar Man provides Batman with insight that Holiday will strike again. Batman and Gordon arrange a prison transfer for Maroni, anticipating that Holiday will attack. During the transfer, Holiday kills Maroni and is revealed to be Alberto Falcone, who had faked his death. Alberto is arrested and admits to being Holiday. Meanwhile, Dent, now adopting the identity of Two-Face, orchestrates a breakout at Arkham Asylum, freeing multiple supervillains, including Joker, Penguin, Mad Hatter, Scarecrow, and Solomon Grundy. Two-Face attacks Carmine Falcone in his penthouse, and during the confrontation, he kills Falcone using the same .22 caliber pistol associated with Holiday. Two-Face later surrenders to Batman and Gordon, but claims that there were two Holiday killers. In the epilogue, Gilda Dent, Harvey's wife, prepares to leave Gotham. While disposing of personal items, she reveals that she was the original Holiday killer, responsible for the initial murders. Her motive was to divert attention from Harvey and attempt to free him from his obsessive pursuit of justice. The case ultimately involves two perpetrators. Alberto Falcone is publicly identified and imprisoned for a majority of the Holiday killings, while Gilda Dent is revealed privately to have committed the earliest murders. Two-Face's statement about dual killers aligns with this division of responsibility. The story demonstrates the complexity of Gotham's criminal landscape, involving the intertwined activities of the Falcone and Maroni families, the emergence of supervillains, and the challenges faced by law enforcement and Batman in identifying and stopping Holiday. Batman: Dark Victory takes place several months after the events of the Long Halloween. Gotham City remains destabilized following the death of crime boss Carmine Falcone. Alberto Falcone, Carmine's son, is under house arrest after being identified as one of the Holiday killers. Janice Porter has replaced Harvey Dent as district attorney and opposes Batman's methods, while James Gordon continues as one of Batman's closest allies. After Alberto's release, a new series of murders begins. The victims are primarily police officers, each found hanging from nooses with a partial hangman puzzle displayed on their bodies. The killer becomes known as Hangman. The first victim, Officer Clancy O'Hara, is discovered on a bridge with a newspaper clipping referencing Holiday and a hangman riddle. Subsequent murders follow a similar pattern, and initial evidence appears to implicate Harvey Dent, Two-Face, as the notes resemble documents from his former office files. Batman investigates the Hangman killings, questioning the Riddler, who claims no knowledge of the murders. He also suspects Alberto Falcone, though Alberto denies involvement. Alberto experiences auditory hallucinations of his father urging him to continue Holiday's crimes. Two-Face becomes personally involved, recognizing that he is being framed. He investigates independently and identifies the deliberate nature of the setup. In one instance, Batman nearly causes Gordon to be hanged, but Two-Face intervenes, demonstrating he is not Hangman. During this period, Gotham supervillains, including Joker, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Penguin, Mad Hatter, and Solomon Grundy, operate under Two-Face's influence in a campaign against the remaining Falcone operations. Bruce Wayne adopts a young orphan, Dick Grayson, whose parents died in a mob-related incident. Grayson Grayson begins training under Bruce, foreshadowing his role as Robin. The Hangman murders escalate, and District Attorney Janice Porter is kidnapped by Joker and Scarecrow. During a confrontation involving Two-Face, she is killed, and her body is planted in Alberto Falcone's bed to implicate him in the murder. Batman analyzes the Hangman puzzles and recognizes that all clues originate from Harvey Dent's old files, reinforcing the likelihood that Dent is being framed. He also examines the Falcone family, noting that Sophia Falcone, Carmine's daughter, appears confined to a wheelchair and wears a neck brace. Batman and Catwoman question her disability, as there are no medical records supporting rehabilitation treatment. In the final investigation, Batman uncovers the Hangman's lair and reveals that Sophia Falcone is the killer. She had faked her disability and committed the murders to target corrupt figures, especially police officers involved in Harvey Dent's rise, seeking vengeance for her family and her father's death. During the climax, Two-Face shoots and kills Sophia. Joker also attacks Harvey, causing him to fall into a subterranean abyss. Batman rescues several supervillains, and Dick Grayson intervenes in his first heroic act as Robin, helping to stop Hangman's allies from escaping. Following the events, Mario Falcone burns down the family estate. Selina Kyle visits Carmine Falcone's grave and acknowledges her long-held suspicion that he may have been her father. Bruce and Dick formalize their partnership, with Dick officially becoming Robin. The central mystery of Dark Victory revolves around the identity of Hangman, a killer targeting law enforcement figures using Hangman riddles as calling cards. The investigation involves false leads, framing, and hidden motives. Ultimately, the murders are orchestrated by Sophia Falcone, not Two-Face or Alberto Falcone, as she seeks revenge for her family's downfall. Batman Hush follows a complex series of attacks in Gotham City, orchestrated by a masked figure known as Hush, who manipulates Batman's rogues gallery into participating in a coordinated conspiracy. Hush appears at various crime scenes, controlling villains from behind the scenes to create chaos across the city. The story begins with Batman rescuing a kidnapped boy held by Killer Croc. During this rescue, Catwoman steals the ransom money under the influence of Poison Ivy, who is acting on Hush's instructions. In pursuit, Batman falls and fractures his skull. Alfred Pennyworth summons Dr. Thomas Elliot, a skilled brain surgeon and Bruce Wayne's childhood friend, to perform a delicate operation. While recovering, Batman learns that Poison Ivy had used mind control toxins to manipulate Catwoman. During this time, Bruce Wayne discloses his secret identity to Selina Kyle, deepening their relationship. Several villains, including Joker, Harley Quinn, Scarecrow, Clayface, Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, and Lady Shiva, act unusually, revealing Hush's influence over them. Batman suspects someone from his past is orchestrating these events and questions Talia al Ghul, with Catwoman guarding her. Ra's al Ghul confirms that a Lazarus Pit, a regenerative pool, has been used in connection with Hush's plan. Batman investigates a man named Harold, who had been surgically disfigured. Before Harold can reveal the mastermind behind his treatment, Hush kills him. Batman continues to track the conspiracy, leading to a confrontation where he unmasks Hush as Tommy Elliot. Tommy is a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne who harbors a long-standing grudge. As a child, he sabotaged his father's car to kill him and inherit the family fortune, but Bruce's father saved Tommy's mother, thwarting his plan. Tommy's motive is rooted in envy and resentment, and he confesses to orchestrating the conspiracy while manipulating Batman's rogues gallery to further his goals. A deeper layer of the plot is revealed in the epilogue. Edward Nygma, the Riddler, is identified as the intellectual architect behind the scheme. Nygma had used a Lazarus Pit to cure himself of a brain tumor and discovered Bruce Wayne's identity as Batman. He allied with Tommy, secretly fueling Tommy's vendetta while offering to cure Tommy's mother via the Lazarus Pit. Hush serves as the visible executor of the conspiracy, while Riddler manipulates events from behind the scenes. The arc concludes with Harvey Dent confronting Tommy on a bridge. Harvey shoots Hush, who falls into the river, and Batman is unable to recover his body. Batman later discovers that the skull injury had concealed a tracking device implanted by Hush and has it removed. The resolution identifies Tommy Elliot as the figure acting as Hush, while Edward Nygma is revealed as the mastermind controlling the broader conspiracy. The storyline examines themes of childhood trauma, betrayal, and identity, requiring Batman to confront a personal enemy from his past and a strategist who knows his secret identity. Batman, the Man Who Laughs depicts Batman's first confrontation with the Joker in the post-Zero Hour continuity. The story begins when Captain James Gordon discovers a warehouse containing multiple corpses, with chalk-white skin, bright green hair, and grotesque fixed grins. Gordon summons Batman to investigate the mass murder. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne attends a formal dinner with industrialist Henry Claridge. During the event, a news broadcast announces the reopening of Arkham Asylum. The reporter suddenly begins laughing uncontrollably and dies, her face twisted into a grin resembling those of the warehouse victim. victims. A pale, green-haired man with a wide red smile, later identified as the Joker, appears on the broadcast, threatening to kill Claridge at midnight. Gordon places Claridge under heavy police protection, but Claridge dies at the appointed time. Batman determines that the death was caused by a delayed action toxin rather than direct assault. Shortly afterward, the Joker attacks Williams Medical Center, liberates inmates from Arkham Asylum, and unleashes them on Gotham streets. Batman intervenes, fights the inmates, and publicly reveals his presence to citizens and law enforcement for the first time. In the Batcave, Bruce Wayne studies the Joker's toxin and develops a countermeasure. The Joker issues a subsequent threat against another millionaire, J.W. Wilde. At Wilde's estate, a police helicopter crashes, and the Joker uses smoke bombs laced with the toxin before shooting Wilde with a poisoned bullet, killing him and escaping. Investigating further, Batman recalls the Red Hood incident at the Ace chemical processing plant, in which a criminal fell into chemical waste. He theorizes that this accident transformed the Red Hood into the Joker. Batman visits the plant in disguise and interviews workers, confirming that chemical exposure caused the Joker's pale skin and green hair. The Joker issues new threats against Judge Thomas Lake and Bruce Wayne. To evade detection at home, Bruce injects himself with a non-lethal dose of the Joker's toxin, simulating his death with the aid of Alfred Pennyworth, who administers a medicine to slow his pulse. During hallucinations of his parents' murder, Bruce realizes the Joker plans to poison Gotham's water supply. Batman races to the city reservoir, confronts the Joker, and sets explosives on the water viaduct to prevent contamination. He overpowers the Joker, resists the option of lethal force, and captures him, delivering him to the newly reopened Arkham Asylum. Following the incident, Gordon unveils a bat signal to signify Batman's protective role in Gotham. The mystery resolves around the Joker's identity, methods, and motive. Batman deduces that the Joker is the former Red Hood, disfigured by chemical exposure, who seeks vengeance against Gotham and its industrialists. The story establishes the Joker's origin and frames the first major confrontation between him and Batman, highlighting the personal, chemical, and systemic elements driving the conflict. Batman, The Black Mirror, is a detective-focused story arc in which Dick Grayson assumes the role of Batman, while Bruce Wayne oversees global operations through Batman Incorporated. The central mystery involves a series of brutal murders and the emergence of a black market network dealing in weapons and artifacts previously used by Gotham's supervillains. Commissioner James Gordon tasks Grayson with investigating the crimes using a specialized crime lab provided by Wayne Enterprises. Batman traces the activity to a secret auction called the Mirror House, run by a shadowy figure known as the Dealer. At the auction, wealthy clients bid on villainous items, and Batman, disguised as a masked guest, is exposed to nerve gas that induces vivid hallucinations while he is attacked by the auction-goers. He narrowly escapes with his life. Simultaneously, Gordon faces a personal crisis with the return of his son, James Gordon Jr., a psychopathic and emotionally detached individual who has been experimenting on others to reinforce his lack of empathy. James Jr. engages in a cat-and-mouse game with both his father and Batman, kidnaps Barbara Gordon, and reveals that he has deduced Dick Grayson is Batman. During the confrontation, Barbara wounds him in the eye, and Gordon ultimately shoots his son in both legs to prevent his escape, leaving him incapacitated. The Dealer's operations and the Mirror House represent a broader threat, exploiting Gotham's criminal history and Batman's rogues gallery. The psychological attacks, including hallucinations and disorienting traps, force Grayson to confront his moral and emotional limits. The arc explores Gotham as a black mirror, reflecting corruption not only in its criminals, but in those who protect the city. In resolving the mystery, Batman survives the Mirror House, Gordon neutralizes his son temporarily, and the Dealer escapes, leaving his identity and motives unresolved. The story highlights Grayson's growth as Batman and underscores that Gotham's darkness continuously tests its defenders, both physically and psychologically. The central mystery, therefore, involves uncovering the Dealer's black market auction, confronting James Gordon Jr.'s psychopathic schemes, and surviving psychological manipulation, all while maintaining the moral and strategic discipline expected of Batman. Court of Owls is a major story arc in which Batman uncovers a centuries-old conspiracy in Gotham City, orchestrated by a secret society called the Court of Owls. This organization is composed of Gotham's wealthiest and oldest families, who use their influence to manipulate the city from the shadows. Its leaders wear white owl masks to conceal their identities, and their enforcers, known as Talons, are highly trained assassins who can be preserved and reanimated over time. The mystery begins when Bruce Wayne realizes that the court might be more more than legend, suspecting a connection to his family's past. Hidden rooms and secret chambers in buildings owned by his great-grandfather, Alan Wayne, suggest that the court has long embedded itself within Gotham's architecture. At the same time, Talons begin attacking prominent citizens, destabilizing the city and challenging Batman's ability to protect it. A Talon named William Cobb, reanimated by the court, has a personal connection to Batman's surrogate family. He is the great-grandfather of Dick Grayson. Cobb's missions are intended to demonstrate the court's reach into Bruce Wayne's own legacy. Batman investigates the court's labyrinthine operations beneath the city, enduring physical and psychological torment, including dehydration, hallucinations, and mental manipulation, which forces him to confront the court's historical influence on his family. Batman uncovers documentation suggesting that the court has intertwined itself with the Wayne family for generations. He learns that the court views Gotham and the Wayne legacy as integral to its power. Coordinated attacks by Talons across the city reinforce their reality and threat. In the climactic confrontation, Batman faces William Cobb, who claims that the court once targeted Bruce's ancestor, Alan Wayne, demonstrating that the conspiracy is not merely political, but deeply personal. Additionally, Lincoln March, a politician linked to the court, emerges as a key figure whose claims about his connection to Bruce Wayne raise the stakes, suggesting that the court intends to shape Gotham's future, not just preserve its past. The mystery resolves when Batman exposes the court as a real and powerful organization, defeats Cobb, and reveals their secret bases, thereby disrupting their hidden control over Gotham. In summary, the central mystery of Court of Owls is uncovering a secret society that has manipulated Gotham for centuries, deploying nearly immortal assassins and influencing the Wayne family's legacy. Batman must confront both the literal threat of the Talons and the broader hidden corruption embedded in the city he protects.